Sigmas, let's cut through the noise. Some things people do are so painfully cringeworthy, it's like watching someone try to force a wild wolf into a petting zoo. Ever catch yourself questioning behaviors that everyone else just seems to accept without blinking? That's not arrogance, that's your Sigma intuition kicking in. You don't follow the herd because you were never part of it. Your mind is calibrated for freedom, self-mastery, and quiet strength. Today, we're unlocking a topic that's going to resonate deep. 8 everyday behaviors Sigma males simply can't stand. This isn't just about pet peeves. It's about behaviors that violate the Sigma code, a mindset rooted in independence, logic, and authenticity. For example, fake small talk. Studies show that the average person spends over 2 hours a day on meaningless conversations. For a Sigma, that's mental noise. You thrive on depth, not filler. Then there's herd mentality. A 2011 study from the University of Leeds found that 95% of people will follow the crowd even if they don't know where it's going. Sigmas? You're the other 5%. You carve your own path, even if it means walking alone. You also despise performative behavior, the curated look-at-me culture of social media. It clashes with your core value of authenticity. Where others see likes and clout, you see a hollow performance. Each behavior we're about to explore isn't just annoying, they contradict the very DNA of how a Sigma male moves through the world. So tighten your mental grip. What you're about to hear will affirm what you've always known. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand apart. Let's get into it. Number 1, chasing validation like it's oxygen. Sigmas don't need the applause of the crowd to feel worthy. While most people are constantly fishing for likes, compliments, and approval, Sigma males are content in their own skin. Why? Because validation to a Sigma is an inside job. You see, in psychology, there's something called. This is the drive to do things for their own sake, not for a reward or recognition, but because they align with personal values or bring internal satisfaction. Sigmas are masters of this. Unlike extroverted types who may thrive on external feedback, Sigmas are calibrated from within. Their self-worth isn't tied to a trophy or social media thumbs up. It's built on self-discipline, private progress, and quiet victories that no one sees but them. This creates a unique psychological profile. Sigmas get their dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, not from the outside world, but from leveling up internally. Whether it's finishing a difficult book, mastering a new skill, or sticking to a routine when no one's watching, Sigmas find joy in these silent wins. And that kind of inner wiring makes them hard to manipulate. They're not easily swayed by flattery or trends. But here's the twist, that very independence makes them irresistible. People are naturally drawn to those who don't seem desperate for attention. It's basic human psychology. When someone doesn't try to impress you, you're more likely to want their approval. Sigmas flip the script. Their mystery isn't an act. It's a result of not needing the spotlight. And here's where it gets powerful. When you stop needing validation, you start leading. Think of the great innovators and thought leaders. Many were introverts or outsiders who didn't care about fitting in. Instead, they focused on purpose over popularity. That's Sigma energy. So while the world chases claps and likes, the Sigma male builds silently, not to be seen, but to become. He doesn't reject praise, he just doesn't rely on it. His validation is earned in the dark and revealed in the results. That's not arrogance, that's mastery, that's Sigma power. Number 2, oversharing their personal lives online. Scroll through your social media feed and what do you see? Someone's lunch, a selfie from the gym, a vague status about a breakup that practically screams it's like everyone is starring in their own never-ending reality show. But a Sigma male, he's the director, producer, and lead actor of his life. And the cameras are off. Sigmas value privacy the way a monk treasures silence, not out of fear, but out of intention. Their lives are not a public museum exhibit, they're a hidden fortress. You won't see them oversharing or posting personal details for likes and attention. That's because Sigmas understand something most people don't. Privacy isn't about keeping secrets, it's about keeping power. Studies in psychology suggest that individuals who are more private tend to be more emotionally self-regulated and focused. They aren't easily swayed by external validation, and that's exactly how Sigmas operate. They don't need to announce every win or justify every loss. Their confidence comes from within. There's also a tactical side to it. In a world where information is currency, oversharing is like handing out free gold. Sigmas know that the less people know about their plans, relationships, or next move, the less control others have over their lives. That mystery gives them an edge. It makes people curious, even cautious. And let's be real, the only way you'll get a Sigma male to spill his private life online is if you somehow hack his phone. And even then, good luck getting past the encrypted passwords. He's not hiding. He's protecting his energy, his focus, and his freedom. Because to the Sigma, life isn't about applause, it's about alignment. They don't crave followers, they crave freedom. And in a noisy world of oversharing, the Sigma's silence speaks volumes. Number 3, small talk for the sake of it. Weather talk, gossip, celebrity drama, please. A Sigma's soul dies a little with every pointless conversation. That's not a punchline, it's a psychological reality. Sigma males are wired differently. In a world obsessed with noise, they thrive in silence, choosing their words with the precision of a sculptor. Every sentence has intention, every pause has meaning. Why? Because for a Sigma male, conversation isn't about filling dead air, it's about substance. He craves depth, connection, and meaning. He's not interested in who wore what at the Met Gala or how many followers someone gained overnight. His interests lie in philosophy, strategy, psychology, and truth. He wants to know what keeps you up at night, not what your favorite snack is. While others may bond over trivial things, the Sigma male forms connections through vulnerability, insight, and intellect. This isn't arrogance, it's efficiency. Studies in personality psychology show that introverted and introspective types, like Sigmas, are often drained by small talk and energized by deeper, more meaningful exchanges. They lean toward what's known as high self-monitoring, which means they think before they speak, and speak only when there's value in what they're saying. That's why conversations with Sigmas often feel intense. Even if brief, they're purposeful. You won't find them chatting for the sake of chatting. Instead of gossip, a Sigma will ask, "What do you think the purpose of suffering is?" Instead of celebrity drama, he might drop a quote from Marcus Aurelius, or discuss how algorithms are shaping modern thought. And when he listens, he's not waiting to reply. He's absorbing, analyzing, learning. His silence isn't awkward, it's powerful. It's the language of someone who knows that silence often speaks louder than noise. So, the next time you meet a Sigma, skip the weather talk. Speak with purpose or enjoy the silence. Because that's the Sigma male's language. It's not about how much you say. It's about whether what you say actually matters. Number 4, being part of the crowd. Sigmas don't follow trends, they create them. While everyone's lining up for the next hype train, the Sigma male is walking in the opposite direction, carving out his own path. But this isn't about being different just to stand out. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about authenticity, purpose, and alignment with one's true self. Sigma males are wired to question everything. Why follow the crowd when the crowd often doesn't know where it's going? Psychological studies in social conformity, like Solomon Ash's famous experiments, show that many people will conform to group behavior even when it's clearly wrong. Sigmas resist that instinct, not out of arrogance, but because their compass points inward, not outward. They live by internal validation, not external applause. Think about fashion trends, viral challenges, or social media fads. While others are obsessed with keeping up, Sigmas ask, "Does this even make sense for me?" They don't wear something just because it's on a billboard. They wear it because it feels right. That's why their style, mindset, and habits often appear timeless, or even ahead of their time. Trends are like microwaved meals, quick, popular, but often lacking real substance. Sigmas prefer a home-cooked path, slower maybe, but deeply satisfying. Their choices come from thought, not pressure. They aren't chasing what's cool today, they're building what will matter tomorrow. This approach demands courage. To lead your own life, you've got to walk a road few are willing to take. It's a lonely path at times, but also the most rewarding. Many pioneers, inventors, and revolutionaries, people like Nikola Tesla, Bruce Lee, and even Steve Jobs, exhibited Sigma traits. They didn't wait for approval. They the change. In a world obsessed with fitting in, the Sigma male dares to stand alone. He listens to his own rhythm, trusts his gut, and walks away from the herd, not because he hates people, but because he refuses to be someone he's not. That's not just admirable, it's powerful. And in the end, it's the Sigmas who inspire others to stop following and start leading. Number 5, tolerating toxic relationships, drama, manipulation, passive-aggressive vibes. Sigma males spot that energy from a mile away and they ghost it without even a second thought. This isn't just about being aloof or detached. It's a conscious choice rooted in a deep understanding of emotional intelligence and self-respect. Unlike many who cling to toxic relationships out of fear of loneliness or social obligation, Sigmas have mastered the art of solitude. Psychologists have found that people who are comfortable being alone tend to have higher emotional resilience. Sigmas embrace solitude not as loneliness, but as a sacred space where they recharge, reflect, and connect with their authentic selves. They recognize that peace is a vital resource, far more valuable than the fleeting approval or company of draining personalities. While most people might spend weeks debating whether to cut ties with a toxic friend or partner, worried about drama, confrontation, or social repercussions, the Sigma has already made the decision and moved on. In fact, they probably forgot that friend's birthday months ago. This isn't cruelty, it's a boundary set with clarity and conviction. Setting firm boundaries is a hallmark of emotional maturity and mental well-being, helping prevent burnout and stress caused by negative relationships. Neuroscience tells us that chronic exposure to toxic people can trigger stress responses in the brain, releasing cortisol, the stress hormone, which can affect physical and mental health over time. Sigmas intuitively avoid these stresses by cutting off unhealthy relationships early, safeguarding their mental and emotional well-being. Your peace is the ultimate price of admission in your life's journey. Never lower it for anyone. Sigmas teach us an important lesson. Peace is non-negotiable. It's not selfishness, it's self-preservation. When you protect your peace, you create space for growth, clarity, and genuine connections that uplift you rather than drain you. So next time drama or manipulation comes knocking, remember the Sigma way, see it, ghost it, and keep your peace intact. Number 6, competing in social hierarchies, the workplace ladder, the popularity contest, the whole alpha-beta hierarchy. It's all just background noise to the Sigma male. Unlike many who get caught up in climbing social or corporate ranks just to prove a point or assert dominance, the Sigma isn't playing that game. He sees through the illusion of competing for status or approval because to him, those competitions are distractions from something far more meaningful: self-mastery. Sigmas aren't motivated by the need to be the loudest or the most visible. They don't crave the corner office just to show off power or influence. Instead, they want it because it offers a better perspective, a place from which they can see the bigger picture. It's less about flexing authority and more about gaining clarity and insight. While most people focus on outperforming others, Sigmas focus on outperforming themselves. Their real competition is the person they were yesterday. This mindset of constant self-improvement is what sets them apart. It's not about beating colleagues, friends, or rivals. It's about becoming the best version of themselves every single day. Psychologists and social researchers have noted this tendency in Sigmas. They thrive on autonomy, independence, and personal growth. Their motivation is internal rather than external. Unlike alpha males who might assert dominance through loud leadership and social charisma, Sigmas lead quietly by example, often working behind the scenes to build something lasting and meaningful. This isn't about being antisocial or aloof, it's about purposeful focus. Sigmas understand that real success isn't about temporary applause, but about creating a solid foundation, whether it's in business, creativity, or personal development. So next time you feel pressured to win someone else's game, remember this: the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. That's the Sigma's secret. An unshakable commitment to self-growth, done quietly but powerfully. Number 7, living without purpose. To many people, life feels like a repetitive loop, a 9-to-5 job, counting down to the weekend and slipping into autopilot mode just to get through the days. It's a cycle of routine, comfort, and distractions, often leaving a sense of emptiness or boredom. But for a Sigma male, life is something completely different. Purpose isn't just a nice to have, it's as vital as the air he breathes. What sets a Sigma apart is this relentless inner drive. Sigmas don't chase distractions, they seek missions. Instead of wasting time on superficial pleasures or social validation, they focus on meaningful goals. These might be building a business from the ground up, mastering a rare skill that few possess, or diving deep into spiritual truths that give life a richer meaning. This pursuit of purpose creates a powerful inner fire that fuels every action and decision. Psychologically speaking, having a strong sense of purpose is linked to numerous benefits. Studies show that people who identify with a clear purpose tend to have better mental health, higher resilience, and even longer lifespans. Purpose acts like a compass, guiding individuals through challenges and setbacks with a clear why behind every effort. This is exactly why Sigmas can face obstacles with calm confidence. They know what they are working toward and won't easily be shaken. The Sigma lifestyle isn't about running away from society or escaping the matrix. Instead, it's about redesigning it. While many are content to follow the script handed to them by culture, Sigmas rewrite their own rules. They don't conform to traditional social hierarchies or expectations. Instead, they quietly build their own path, often working behind the scenes, while others focus on superficial popularity or fleeting trends. A man with genuine purpose becomes inherently hard to control. When you're driven by something much larger than external approval or social norms, manipulation and pressure lose their power. This independence and self-mastery are what make Sigmas both feared and respected. They aren't chasing leadership roles or social dominance in the usual sense. Their influence comes from authenticity and unwavering commitment to their mission. In essence, being a Sigma means living deliberately, making choices based on core values and long-term vision rather than short-term gain or approval. It's about breaking free from autopilot and truly designing a life that matters. Purpose isn't just a motivation, it's a powerful force that shapes identity, relationships, and ultimately legacy. Number 8, fearing solitude. For most people, being alone can feel like a punishment, a time filled with boredom, anxiety, or loneliness. But for Sigma males, solitude isn't a burden, it's a source of power. It's in these moments of quiet that they recharge, reflect, and prepare for the challenges ahead. Unlike the extroverted personalities who thrive on social interaction, Sigmas find their strength in their own company. Solitude allows them to focus deeply, away from distractions and external noise. This focus isn't about isolation for isolation's sake. It's a deliberate choice to protect their valuable energy. They understand that wasting time on meaningless chatter or draining social drama only weakens their drive. Psychologists note that introverted and independent thinkers like Sigma males use solitude to engage in high-level reflection and planning. It's during these periods that they process their experiences, develop insights, and build strategies. Rather than fearing silence, they embrace it as fertile ground for creativity and problem-solving. It's important to understand that Sigmas don't hate people or reject social connection. They simply recognize that their energy is limited and precious. Instead of scattering it across many shallow interactions, they invest it where it truly matters, relationships and activities that align with their goals and values. While many people might feel anxious when left alone with their thoughts, Sigmas turn those thoughts into blueprints for success. They analyze challenges, envision solutions, and prepare mentally for the next move. In this way, alone doesn't mean empty or lonely, it means potential. Research in psychology shows that intentional solitude can boost productivity, enhance creativity, and improve emotional regulation. This explains why Sigmas often emerge from their alone time stronger, sharper, and more focused than before. In short, solitude is not a void to be feared, but a powerful space to be claimed. For the Sigma male, it's where transformation begins and the sword is sharpened before stepping back into the world. Alone is not weakness, it's strength waiting to be unleashed. Sigmas, if you saw yourself in any of these 8 things, you're not weird, you're rare. And in a world addicted to attention, chaos, and conformity, that makes you powerful. You walk a different path because you're built for a different purpose. So if you're proud of your Sigma DNA, hit that like button, subscribe, and join this community of lone wolves, thinkers, and silent warriors. Stay focused, stay intentional, stay true, and stay Sigma.